In the middle of World War II, the Japanese had absolute confidence that they could identify any aircraft entering their airspace. They had a network of observers on mountains and coastlines,
But before everything, subscribe. Thank you.
thousands of eyes watching the sky 24/7, and they were convinced that any American attack was impossible to pass unnoticed. But the truth? There was a new American weapon, a weapon that made no sound, didn't explode, and couldn't be seen. A weapon the Japanese didn't even know existed. This weapon was the airborne radar installed on the American B-29 bombers. The United States had been developing the technology in total secrecy. They created radars capable of detecting aircraft and ships from hundreds of kilometers away, and they installed them inside the bombers themselves, meaning the B-29 wasn't just a plane, it was a flying command center. Meanwhile, Japan was still relying on bare eyes and observers using binoculars. Their primitive systems couldn't even distinguish friend from foe until the aircraft were already overhead. When the American bombers began taking off from the Mariana Islands, flying thousands of kilometers at high altitudes, the Japanese saw nothing, heard nothing, not even the slightest suspicion that aircraft were above their heads. And suddenly, the B-29s descended over Tokyo. Hundreds of giant bombers, and the Japanese alarms went off only after the disaster had already begun. They asked themselves, how do they reach us? How do they know the location of our factories? How do they avoid our defenses? The answer was something they had absolutely no idea about. The Americans could see everything through radar, the islands, the ports, the defense positions, the movement of Japanese aircraft, all from hundreds of kilometers away. As for Japan, they were blind at night and blind in the sky. The Japanese shock wasn't only from the destruction, but from the truth they learned far too late, that America was fighting with an invisible weapon, a weapon that couldn't be stopped, a weapon that changed the shape of the war before anyone even knew about it. And that weapon wasn't the atomic bomb, but radar technology, the technology that completely shifted the balance of warfare.